ready? You want the noise brought on you? Because here it comes.
What?
The noise brought on you, because here it comes.
This is my job.
Showtime. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Ready.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show, starring Bob Lutz,
Is this show getting more and more difficult for you to do?
That's gotta be it!
Jeff Lutz,
This isn't that hard.
There are so many great things to do with the human mouth. Why waste it on talking?
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Stand by for action.
Welcome back, everyone. Hour number 2, the Bob and Jeff Show, KFH Radio. Bob Lutz, Jeff Lutz co-hosting, Max Power producing engineering. 869-1240, the phone number.
Max is going to play this game, by the way.
The Cardinals facing their former guy, Jack Flaherty, today.
Yeah, looks like it.
He struck out 7 of the first 8 hitters he faced.
Really?
Before Ivan Herrera just singled to left field. So you could have predicted this.
Why is Ivan Herrera batting ninth? I thought he was good.
Flaherty, you could have predicted it.
Well, Jordan Hicks is doing it in San Francisco, so yeah, I guess you could have.
You know what? I don't need you.
You
I don't
don't.
need anybody. I'll just do my own thing.
Sounds good to me, man.
What's the name of the game today?
Well, Max is going to play, but we got to have the music.
It is now.
It's time to play the game.
I don't know how many times I've got to beat Max
Well,
before we move on.
well, he's the only other person here, so.
What's the name of the game today?
So we're doing state capitals, but there are some wrinkles.
By the way, my list of Yankees.
Yeah, I know.
One.
I kind of blew that, but it is what it is. We're doing state capitals. I'm going to give you.
Let me give the final result.
Can I not play this game?
Uh,
Do you have any attention?
35 minutes left to vote. I'm up 62% to 38%.
Fantastic. Now, can we play this game?
What is it?
State capitals. First, I'm going to give you the state. If you get that right, you get 1 point. Then I'm going to ask you the population of that state. If you get it within 5,000, you get
5,000 population of the state?
No, of the capital.
Okay, you said state.
If you get it within 5,000, you get 2 points. If you get it within 10,000, you get 1. And then the other person gets to ask over or under the population the other person said.
Just start playing it. Nobody understood that.
Max, you ready?
That's complicated. Sure, I'll get killed in this game for sure, Bob.
Let's go with Montana.
You want me to go first?
No, Max is going first.
I worked in Montana briefly.
What is
Bozeman.
the capital?
Bozeman.
Incorrect.
Helena.
You get that point.
Ooh.
It's Helena, but I'll give it to you.
I'll call it Helena.
So now, since you got the capital, you get to determine what you think the population
right.
of Helena is.
75,000.
Max, is that over or under? Is the population higher or lower than 75,000?
Lower.
That's correct. 35,540.
Huh.
So we're all tied at 1 after.
Well, that's it. Max got an easy one. I should get more for knowing the capital.
No, you get 1 point. Everybody knows the capital
Dumb.
except Max.
Nah, I don't know any.
Washington is your state.
Olympia.
Correct. What do you believe is the population?
I thought Max got.
No, you got the capital. You get to guess the population.
Of Olympia is 75,000.
Max, higher or lower than 75,000?
Lower. I think.
That's correct. 55,731.
So Max is tied just by lower.
Well,
Yeah,
lower.
I go by the radio market.
He knows some stuff. All right, Max. Maine. What is the capital of Maine?
Portland.
How do we know Max isn't looking all
Portland.
this
I'm
up?
not.
He's
Why
not.
would I do that? Portland.
Incorrect.
Augusta.
That's correct.
Jeez.
Population?
40,000.
Max, over or under 40,000?
I think it's
We
under.
need
But
an
I'll say
answer.
over.
Incorrect. Bob will get that point. It's 4-2.
What's the population?
19,220.
Wow.
You can see
Some of these
Canada from
capitals
your
are not-
house. A lot of moose.
Connecticut, Bob.
Hartford.
Correct. Population.
Population 280,000.
Max, is it higher or lower than 280,000?
It's lower.
It is. It's 120,734.
Huh.
Max, Nebraska.
Lincoln.
That is correct. Can
Oh,
you
hi-oh.
guess the population?
62,000.
It's higher.
Yeah. 293,678.
Because Penny came from there. I should have known that.
What's the score?
It's 6-4, Bob.
It seems like I'm just blowing out. Go ahead. What's next?
South Dakota.
My turn?
Yes.
Pierre.
Correct. Population.
Why would you know that? That's good, Bob. I'm impressed.
40,000.
Max, is it higher or lower than 40,000?
Lower. Who lives there?
That's correct. It's 13,878. Max, Alabama. Alabama. What is the capital of Alabama?
Give him a time limit
Jeez.
here.
I can't even think of a city
5
in
seconds.
Alabama. Where's Tommy? Mobile.
Montgomery.
Correct. Population?
210,000.
Max, is it higher or lower than 210,000?
Lower.
Correct. 193,000.
Well, don't I get points for being within?
No, you got to be within 10,000. You were 17,000
For
away.
crying out loud!
Max.
Oh no, it's my turn.
It is. Your state is West Virginia.
Charleston.
Correct. And I need the
90
population.
90,000.
Is it higher or lower than 90,000, Max?
Lower.
It is lower. You're not very good at the population part. 45,616. Max, Ohio.
Well, you give him a big state. I get
Well, let's see if he gets it.
Columbus.
Correct.
easy.
Population.
Oh, I remember telling me. 70,000.
Much higher.
What?
I don't know.
909,676.
Jeez. Almost a million?
Bob.
Wow, they must be
Yeah,
moving up.
Columbus
They
is
got
a huge city.
NHL team there.
Exactly. We will go with Oregon.
Salem.
Population.
25,000.
Max, is it higher or lower?
Higher.
Much higher. That was your Columbus. 179,043. Max, Utah.
Jeez. Utah. I don't think I know any cities in Utah.
You should know one.
Salt
in
Lake
my
City.
humble opinion. What?
Salt Lake City.
That's correct.
Oh,
and the
So easy.
and the population?
No, it wasn't. I'd say 500,000.
Higher or lower?
It's higher than that.
It's lower.
What?
208,656. The score is Bob 11, Max 11.
You're kidding.
It's tied up.
This is a joke of a game.
I,
tied up.
Bob,
I mean,
I would give you more points for knowing the capitals. That's impressive.
exactly.
Well, I mean, whose turn is it?
Mine. This is a joke. Next.
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Raleigh.
Correct. Population.
Population of Raleigh, North Carolina, 400,000.
Max, higher or lower?
Lloyd DeBarber's dead, so lower.
Incorrect.
Oh.
488,854.
All right.
Bob takes a 13-11 lead. Max, Arkansas.
I can't even think of any.
Haven't you been to concerts in some of these places?
No, God,
Wouldn't
no.
give him
Arkansas.
hints.
There's no hint.
Trying to think where Bill Clinton was from. I can't even think of a city in Arkansas. I can think of the song.
Well, that's
Are
unfortunate.
you giving him any time limit?
5 seconds.
Weebleville. I can't think of a city in Arkansas.
Incorrect.
Little Rock.
Yeah, I
Yes.
couldn't think of that.
Population,
310,000.
higher or lower, Max?
Lower.
Yes, 203,106. I'll do a couple more here. Max.
No, it's my turn.
Yeah,
It
it's
is?
Bob's
You're getting
turn.
it out of
Yes,
order.
'cause-
You know
yes.
what? You're
No,
trying
you
to
did-
fix this game.
I thought you did Raleigh. What was the next one?
Little
Arkansas.
Rock, dummy.
Okay. Wyoming.
Laramie.
Incorrect.
Uh-oh. Darn it.
Max, do you know the capital of Wyoming for a point?
No, I don't. I can't. I don't.
It's Cheyenne.
Yeah.
So I guess since it was your turn, you get to guess the population.
Cheyenne's population, 120,000.
Come on. Max, higher or lower?
Lower.
Yes.
It's oil country, though.
64,000. The game hangs in the balance. It's 14-13.
Which is ridiculous.
Max, Georgia.
Oh, my God.
Augusta.
Incorrect.
I don't know.
Atlanta,
Yes.
Atlanta's really?
Population,
1.3 million.
Max, higher or lower?
Higher.
Lower.
Rats. Really?
498,386.
Metro area,
It's 15-14. Do you want to stop?
go one more. This game's a joke.
Your turn. New York.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Albany.
Population.
Albany, New York has a population of 110,000.
You got it within 10,000, so you get another point. But Max is 110,000. Is it higher or lower than that?
No, he doesn't get a chance at a point.
Of course he does.
Higher.
Incorrect. So you got 3 points on that one.
Thank
Look
you.
at that.
18-14. I think it's
one more state.
for Max. Max's turn.
Give me something easy.
Louisiana. What is the capital, Max, of Louisiana?
The Pelican State.
Yes, that's right.
New Orleans. I don't think so, but
Incorrect.
Shreveport.
Incorrect. Max, it's Baton Rouge.
Oh, it is Baton Rouge.
What is the
Moulin Rouge.
population of Baton Rouge?
82,000.
Higher or lower than 82,000?
That's pretty close. Obviously, it's not within 10,000 close.
It isn't.
I'll say it's a little tad higher than 82,000.
All you needed to say was higher, because it has 216,000.
Well, that's a tad higher.
Yeah, 3 times higher.
What's the final score?
The final score is 19-14.
I covered
There
the
you
spread.
go.
Probably, yeah. You hung in there.
A clear victory.
Didn't know any state capitals, but you
No,
hung in
I
there.
don't. But
A clear victory.
Yeah, good job. You did it.
And by the way, if Jack Flaherty's going to get this wide of a strike zone, he's going to strike out everybody. It's absolutely a travesty what's happening in Detroit.
Sorry. Stop the count.
I mean, when you give him 6 inches off the plate, how you gonna do anything?
Umpiring is bad. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
I mean, these people are clowns back there.
Kinda.
All right, time for a break. We will come back and talk Chiefs with Adam Teicher, beat reporter for ESPN.com. He's our guest next. Bob and Jeff, KFH.
This is the Bob and Jeff Show on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Adam Teicher with us, ESPN.com. He covers the Chiefs. We watched the draft with great interest last week. The Chiefs get the receiver they coveted in the first round, trading up to get Xavier Worthy out of Texas. They traded up again in round 2 to get the offensive tackle they wanted as well. Everybody's saying that's a pretty successful draft, especially for a team that picks as low as the Chiefs do. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, it's got to be more than just those two guys. I mean, they've got to get some more players out of this draft. That's kind of where they are with the salary cap. They can't spend a whole lot on bringing players in, so they have to do pretty well in the draft. But, I think Worthy will be a pretty good player for them. I know they were really convicted that he was the best of that group of wide receivers, that they could have had any of several guys and waited till 32. They wouldn't have had to trade up. But they went ahead and did it anyway because this was the guy they wanted. So, they spent a lot of time researching these guys, and I think in this case they got it right. Now, the tackle, we'll have to see. Young guy with a lot of development yet, but there seems to be a lot of ability there. We'll see if he's the player that they think he is. But, so far it's definitely I think they matched it up with their positions pretty well, what they needed. So, we'll see. But I think that this has a chance to be a pretty good draft for them.
So with Worthy and Hollywood Brown, how different do you think the offense might look next season? Do you think it'll be frequent downfield throws, or do they use those guys for home run opportunities and kind of stay with the possession type receiving core that they've had in the past?
No, that's the idea, is to open that up a little bit. I don't know if it'll ever go back to what it was early in Patrick Mahomes' career. That was crazy stuff. That was crazy stuff they were doing back then. But the idea was to open it up a little bit and not only downfield, but get these guys the ball in space and let them use their speed that way too. So I can see this going a lot of different ways, but definitely I think it's definitely a group of wide receivers that gives the opposing defenses more to think about than last year's.
We're talking with Adam Teicher, ESPN.com. He covers the Chiefs. So I don't think we've talked with you in depth at all about the situation with the stadiums for both the Royals and the Chiefs, but it sounds like governmental agencies are starting to get more and more involved. It's hard to get a feel for what may happen. It sounds like there's a possibility that one of the franchises could be located on the Kansas side, and that franchise would maybe be more likely to be the Chiefs. Is that within the realm of possibility in your mind?
Oh yeah, I think once this referendum a month or so ago got voted down, I definitely think it's possible the Chiefs could go there, particularly if they're giving them basically a free stadium. I think the Chiefs would jump at that. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Everything being equal, I think their preference would be to stay at Arrowhead Stadium, but it doesn't sound like things might be equal anymore. So if they're not, I could definitely see them going to the Kansas side of the state line, no doubt.
I was going to go back to the field. I'm not as well versed on that. I've read some stuff about it, but I was going to ask you, is the Chiefs roster, do you think it's pretty much set? Do you think there's any work they have to do in free agency, whether it's, now or closer to the season? How do you think they feel overall?
Yeah, they seem to be in wait-and-see mode right now. I think they're pretty happy with how things are, but they'll look at some of their young guys, and if they feel like they're not going to be ready when the season starts, I think they'll try to make a move. I'm wondering about wide receiver, if that group deep enough? I mean, there's a lot of question marks there. They got a new guy in Hollywood Brown and a rookie in Xavier Worthy and a guy with some what looks like to be deep legal troubles in Rashee Rice, and then they got two guys who were really big disappointments last year for them, and Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney. I mean, is that deep enough? I mean, do they need somebody else there? I think they'd feel better if they had another guy there, but right now they seem to be willing to look at what they've got and go with it for now, at least. Offensive tackle is another spot to look at if they decide either their two young guys isn't ready to be a starter. Running back, I mean, they've got Isaiah Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but they've really needed their depth, and they don't really have a third guy right now, so that might be another spot they go for. So those are just some of the spots where they might decide they need some help, either now or before camp starts.
Adam Teicher with us from ESPN.com. Obviously, what the Chiefs did last year once they got to the postseason was incredibly impressive, going on the road and winning 3 games and then winning the Super Bowl. Who is best suited? To me, I think we're going into this season with the Chiefs as a fairly clear-cut favorite again in the AFC, although there's some very good teams in the AFC. Who do you think has made the biggest strides in closing the gap?
Well, I think Cincinnati's the team I'm looking at. They certainly didn't have a great season last year, but there were some reasons for that, injuries being one of them. Assuming they can get a full season out of Joe Burrow, that's the team that's matched up well, that has had the formula for beating the Chiefs. So, that's kind of the team that I have my eye on. They're a pretty talented group over there. So, if you're asking me who maybe the Chiefs' biggest competition is in the AFC, I would go with Cincinnati, but I've got my eye on Houston, got my eye on Baltimore. I'm intrigued by what's going on with the Chargers right now. They seem to finally have a direction that they didn't have before. So, going to be interesting. Going to be another fun season, no doubt about it.
So we were talking earlier. Did you happen to see or hear about Patrick Mahomes on WWE television, lined up with Logan Paul and playing basically a villain in Kansas City?
No, I saw the video clip of that. That was pretty funny. Yeah, there no doubt. Whatever that guy does touches, turns to gold in this town. So it was pretty funny, wasn't it?
It was.
It was funny. So tell us a little bit about Patrick Mahomes off the field, because we certainly get a taste of him on the field. How much is he around Kansas City in the off season? How much is he seen in public? Just those kinds of things, Adam.
He's around some, not a lot. I mean, he's got, he spends a lot of his off season in Texas, but they started practice now this week, so he's come back, and so he'll be here most of the time. He'll be here most of the time between now and the time camp starts. In terms of how often he's around town, I've never seen him outside of the stadium, so maybe that says more about me than him. But he'll pop up at a Royals game or a Sporting Kansas City game or something like that every now and then, a current game every now and then, and so he gets around a little bit, but. I know he'd like to do a little more, but when you're him, you have to limit your exposure, I guess.
And then before we let you go, we saw the extension for Travis Kelce. There's been some banter, some talk that he's not going to play much longer, but certainly with this extension that takes him through 4 more years, it looks like he's good for at least a couple, don't you think?
Yeah, and he's actually only signed through 2 more years. The extension wasn't really an extension. It was just they ripped up the 2 years that were existing on his contract and gave him 2 new years, which some people, including myself, interpreted as an extension, but it was really just redoing the contract for 24 and 25. So he's signed through 2 years, and I think that's the intention for him to play this out, and then they'll see. I mean, I can't imagine he would play. He'd be going to be turning 37 in that season in 2027 or 2026 if he's still playing by then. So can't imagine he would, but he's already done some pretty good things for a guy of his age. So wouldn't put it past him. But I think that is the plan: is that he's going to play 2 more and then he'll be moving on.
All right, Adam, always appreciative of your time. Thank you. We'll talk with you soon.
Hey, good stuff, guys. Talk to you then.
Thanks.
Adam Teicher, ESPN.com.
He's
Give
got
me another couple states of state capitals. That you
Alaska.
Juneau.
Delaware.
Dover,
Florida.
Tallahassee,
Illinois.
Champaign.
No. Springfield.
Oh, that's right, Springfield. Darn it,
Kentucky.
I knew that one too. Kentucky is Frankfort.
Maryland.
Maryland.
Yeah, that's right.
Maryland. Why can't?
What is the capital of Maryland? I know it, but
That's a tough. Give me the first letter.
A.
Oh yeah, easy. Annapolis.
Michigan.
Well, that's just easy. Lansing.
Missouri.
Come on, Jefferson City.
Nevada.
Come on, man. Nevada?
Yeah.
Carson City.
New Hampshire.
Montpelier.
No.
That's Vermont. New Hampshire is not Nashua. New Hampshire is Concord.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Oh, my goodness. Not Newark. New Jersey. Give me the first letter.
Philadelphia, PA.
Give me the first letter.
T.
Trenton.
Trenton, New Jersey.
No, there's no Trenton, New Jersey mentioned in that song.
What is the song?
I don't know. What were you singing?
I don't know. Just something Glenn Fry did.
Dumb.
At the concert I attended in Philadelphia.
Glenn, not what Glenn did was dumb.
Well, of course
what
not.
you're trying to do was dumb. So there you go.
North Dakota.
I'm still pretty good at my capitals.
North Dakota.
Bismarck.
Pennsylvania.
Erie.
Come on.
It's not Philadelphia.
Sure isn't.
It's not Pittsburgh. You sure it's not Erie?
I'm 100%.
Give me the first letter.
H.
Oh, yeah. Harrisburg.
South Carolina.
Columbia.
Tennessee.
Knoxville.
Otherville.
Really? Nashville?
That's correct.
You know, I've been to Nashville. I was there when the Shockers played a basketball game. And it was in the NIT, I believe. Is that right? Did they play them in the NIT?
Who?
Wichita State, Vanderbilt.
Yes.
So I covered a game in that arena where the coaches and teams sit on the baselines instead of on the sidelines.
Right.
But I didn't get to see the city at all.
It's a nice city.
My wife and I need to drive over to Nashville.
Nashville was awesome.
And spend some time there.
You should.
Maybe after the League 42 season is over. But then I got this, if you look to my right.
We'll take care of the dog if you go.
Well, she would be a mess with your cats.
No, I mean, we'll come over and take care of her.
No, that's not how dogs work. You got to spend time.
We'll spend time.
Would you stay here at our house?
Absolutely not.
Well, then we're not interested.
Not leaving my cat.
We're not.
Who's going to come over here and stay at your house?
You're not going to be here for an hour. Our friends Ruth and Judy do that all the time.
They stay here?
Yes.
Well, that's sweet of them.
And they take good care of this kid. And I'm not going to even think about leaving her if there's not going to be somebody here pretty much at all times.
24/7.
I don't know that 24/7 is required, but no, you just don't drop in.
Maybe we could drive the camper over.
Why would you drive the camper over?
So we can keep the cats in there, stay with the cats. I don't think my wife would go for that.
So you'd have a camper here.
Yeah.
You guys would be staying in the camper out in my front yard and coming in occasionally to take care of.
We'd come in a lot. We'd always have someone in.
I don't
think that sounds doable, though.
No, and it sounds a little bit of, backwoods.
Whatever you say, man.
I mean, I don't want people thinking I got people living here in a camper.
Well, who cares what people think? That's what you need to stop worrying about right now.
Well, listen, I got an image to uphold.
No one knows you live here.
What do you mean nobody knows I live here? My neighbors know.
Do they know who you are?
Of course they know who I am.
I doubt it.
You doubt it.
Yeah, I'll go
You go
down the
door
street.
to door and you say, who lives in that house?
I will.
And every single person
Everyone
will say Bob and Debbie Lutz.
Okay, I'll do it after the show.
No, I mean it.
No, I will.
Promise?
No. Yeah.
I'd love for you to do it.
What are you looking up?
Well,
Makes me want to look up stuff.
I keep hoping Denise Neal's going to send me that message about
I think that was all talk.
where to eat. She mentioned some, and I tried to write them down, but I couldn't get them all.
That stinks.
Now, I'm not going to do it tonight. I'll be at the ballpark as long as the weather holds. But this weekend, I'm going to make the attempt. What are you showing an ugly
I
face?
don't like our lineup tonight.
Who cares about your lineup? I can't stand the Guardian.
Don't like it. Don't hate it, but don't love it.
I don't like anything that has to do with the Guardian.
You don't like Stephen Vogt?
Jack Flaherty, by the way, 6 innings, 2 hits allowed, no walks, 13 strikeouts.
It's about as many
The most
strikeouts as you can have.
The most predictable outing of the year.
Well, the guy felt like he had something to prove to the team that gave up on him.
I want John Mozeliak gone. I just want him out. I don't care who they bring in. It's time for a change.
Seems like it, yeah.
Director of baseball operations for the Cardinals is who I'm talking about. He's been there forever. He had a good run. He had some good years. Now it's over.
I'm not disagreeing with
Why
you.
can't people see that?
Because it takes a lot for people to admit failure.
Not for me. I admitted it.
Like Bill DeWitt doesn't want to say we failed here and we gotta do stuff.
I've admitted failure.
John Mozeliak doesn't want to admit failure in hiring a manager.
Don't you want to know what failure I've admitted?
Sure.
Don't
look at me.
Why? What do you mean? Don't
I'm
look
a huge
at you?
success story for you.
I admitted failure, and there's another shot. Baseball stinks. Boy, it looks like a great day in Detroit, doesn't it?
Sure.
Kind of like the day we had here yesterday. Just a beautiful, beautiful night to play baseball. And it looks similar to that tonight in Detroit.
Joanna Chadwick has asked for my expertise tonight on, what media companies, what people generally look for when making hires, and that's obviously something I'm in tune with. So I'm happy
She
to
asked you?
So I'm happy to
Wait a minute. Are you being honest about that?
Yeah, we got
She
a little Zoom meeting tonight.
A Zoom meeting? You
Yeah.
and Joanna?
And somebody else.
Who else?
I don't know. Somebody else that's on the text thread. I don't have their number though, so I don't know who it is.
It's for what? What
just to help her out to, improve her teaching skills so when she sends kids off to college and
does she know that there are 50 people she could have asked?
She asked me, so
before you. You've never been involved in anything.
How jealous are you right now?
You've never been involved in hiring anyone.
But I know what the industry's looking for.
Tell us what the industry.
The industry's looking for people who have a wide set of skills. You can't just do one thing. The industry's looking for people who come with some level of experience, whether that's they worked for their college newspaper or they had an internship.
Hasn't the industry always looked for people with multifaceted skills?
Not necessarily. I think it's more important now than ever.
Didn't I bring more than one skill to the...
No. You can write. That's about it.
Really? That's it?
Yeah. I think people want people with knowledge of the area they'll be covering.
Did I not have that?
Even if you move in from elsewhere, get to know the place that You're
My
working.
institutional knowledge is second to none.
Well, wasn't that great advice? I wonder if Joanna was listening and I can skip the Zoom.
No, you got to get on the Zoom and have that third party just wonder why is this guy with us?
And maybe I'll wonder that about him or her. Can't wait.
Well, that's a sad situation.
I can send you the link if you want.
No, I'm not.
Not obviously to give advice, but to just watch me in action.
Trust me. I got several hundred better things to do.
Well, that's good.
All right, that's the end of a Tuesday show. I'm choked up about it. We will be back on Thursday. We'll see you then.
It's a great day to venture out in a spacious and capable Toyota SUV, like the new RAV4. With available all-wheel drive, it can go just about anywhere. And with plenty of passenger and cargo space, you'll go from morning carpool to weekend road trip without missing a beat. Plus, with available features like wireless charging and a touchscreen interface, your Toyota RAV4 will keep you connected no matter where you're going. Or check out a spacious Highlander. With seating for up to 8, it's a hub for family adventure. You'll drive in comfort and style with available heated and ventilated seats and all the latest tech. And with available hybrid models, your new Highlander can save you tons on gas. Right now, your local Toyota dealer has more vehicles in stock and is making delivery on new vehicles almost every day. So don't wait. Buy a RAV4 or Highlander today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota, let's go places.